Hi, I'm Barb. Welcome to my craft studio. This is Mary Vlogmas, day 4. Today's topic is going to be Christmas movies. I have a wide assortment on video. Some of them we watch every year. A few I've never watched. And some we just watch. Some years was not other years. Now this one usually kicks off our movie watching every year. It is probably our favorite, Christmas Vacation. We have a few others that are must-watches every year, but that one's probably our favorite. This one's one I usually watch with my daughter every year, White Christmas. Probably won't get to do that with her this year, sadly. One other one we usually always used to watch together was A Very Brady Christmas. Now, she has that one on DVD, but I don't. We've watched this one. It's okay. It's not going to be an every year watch. I just wasn't that thrilled with it. I mean, it's entertaining enough. Scrooged with Bill Murray. This one we enjoy, but again, we don't watch it every year. It's the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Now, I do think of the ones I've seen in the series, this one is the best. But that's not unusual for the first one to be the best one. This one's one that I bought because I think it's my oldest daughter really loved it. And I've watched it and I like it well enough, but I think it's kind of a downer film. I mean, it kind of ends well, but it's really, throughout most of it, I just think it's kind of a downer. I ought to just give it to her because she'd probably enjoy it more than I do. This one I've only seen once. I should watch it again because I know it's at the top of a lot of people's list for especially more recent Christmas movies. But another one that we've watched, well, it came out last year on Netflix, is The Christmas Chronicles starring Kurt Russell as Santa. We watched the sequel this year, and the sequel was not as good. It was still entertaining, but it wasn't as good as the original. We should try to watch the original again because it was good. This is Miracle on 34th Street. Now, we always watch the black and white version. I'm usually not much for the colorized version of things. I much prefer the original if it's available to me. We've already watched this one this year. We always enjoy that one every year. We don't watch this one every year, but we do enjoy it. The first time I actually seen this one was the Christmas that I was dating my husband. He says, "Oh, we need to watch this. This is on, and it's really good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've never seen it," and I really enjoyed it. And we used to watch it every year, and then we kind of got where it was just here and there. We should try to watch it again this year. This one's not an every year one. I much prefer the original animated. I mean, this one's okay, but I know there's people who love it, and if you love it, that's great. I'm not saying it's wrong to love it. Don't get me wrong. I like this version better than that version, but still the animated one, the original animated special was my favorite. This is the Home Alone triple feature. It's got Home Alone, Home Alone 2, and Home Alone 3. We usually watch Home Alone every year. We've watched Home Alone 2 a couple of times. It's not near as good as the original, and I don't think I've ever seen the Home Alone 3. Holiday Inn. This one's a really good one. This is the movie where the song White Christmas originally appeared. It wasn't in the movie White Christmas, it was in Holiday Inn, and then they decided to make a movie. Bing Crosby is in both, but he does not play the same character. But I always enjoy this one when I watch it too. This one is one of those that part of it is set at Christmas, but I mean, it's called Holiday Inn because he ends up creating an inn that is only open on the holidays. He was an entertainer, and he said he got tired of having to work pretty much year round, all the holidays, never having the holidays off or really any time off. So he tried to first become a farmer and quickly realized that you also have to work every day if you're a farmer. But then he decided to change his farm into an inn and only be open on the holidays. Hey, that would be the job. Only be open and only have to work on holidays. And then this one is Four Christmases and Fred Claus. I don't think I've ever seen the Fred Claus one. We bought it for Four Christmases. We watch that some years. We don't watch it every year. Kind of depends on how much, when we started watching movies and how much time we have. This one is an every year watch. Elf. It isn't always fun to watch. It can still make me laugh. And that's Christmas Vacation too. Now Christmas Vacation I have seen so many times that I can recite some of the lines, but I still find it funny. This one's kind of that way too, Christmas Story. I always enjoy this one too. This one I've never seen. Here's the thing. This one I know was one that when my mom died and my sister said, you know, everybody's been through the movies, just take whatever ones you want. So I grabbed this one, which it's never been opened. So if she watched it previous to buying the DVD. What I'm wondering is, it's a Blu-ray. I'm not even sure my mother had a Blu-ray player. She might have only had a DVD player, so she couldn't have watched it. I haven't watched it yet. No, this one actually I covered in my last video on children's specials. Christmas in Connecticut was one that I found this in one of those bargain bins, and that a few years ago, and that was the first time I watched it. And I usually watch it every year since then. It's just kind of a fun. It's one of them that I usually watched during the day when hubby was at work, and now he's retired. So a few I'm still watching. I'm just putting them in my DVD player. I have a DVD player in the room, but not a Blu-ray player. So a few times I've just popped a movie in while I'm crafting and kind of half watched it while I've done that. Very Merry Mix-Up is a Hallmark, one of those Hallmark movies. Now, the Hallmark movies, they're not anything that's going to win awards. They're very formula driven. You can almost kind of have set features of things, you know. Certain elements are always going to appear, but they're fun to watch. This is one that actually, this movie ended up becoming the series The Waltons. It's Homecoming, A Christmas Story. Now, Mom and Dad and Grandpa were all played by different actors in this film, but Grandma was the same, and I think all the kids were the same. Yeah, all the kids were the same. I enjoy watching that one. It's one of those that I usually watch every year on my own. This one is a 4-pack of Lifetime Christmas movies, which are very much like Hallmark type movies. They're very formula driven. And now I've watched the Very Merry Toy Store with Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez. I don't know if I've watched any of the other ones. A Princess for Christmas. I have to watch this one yet. I haven't watched it. But Katie McGrath here plays Lana Luthor on Supergirl. And this here is Jamie from Outlander. So I need to watch that one. I like both of those. Now my next series it's different adaptations of the same film, which I try to watch each of them every year in the order of release. I did add a new one this year because it's new. So, but it's Little Women. Little Women was one of my favorite books growing up, and I recently reread it, and I'm like, I evidently read the abridged version because there was a lot in there that I don't remember at all. And granted, it's been a long time since I read it, but I read it multiple times. It's not a book that I read once. I read it multiple times. Thing is, I think my copy actually came free at the grocery store if you bought a can of Folgers coffee, you could choose a book, and I chose Little Women because the title appealed to me and I became hooked. This is the version from, I can't remember what year it came out, but it's got Katharine Hepburn. She played Jo. I'm trying to see if it says who. I'm not sure who any of the other actresses were, actually. Joan Bennett. I can't remember which character she played, and I know I looked it up. Maybe Amy? That's what I'm thinking is Amy. But I watched that one. This one version is my favorite version. And I used to watch this one with my mom, The Little Women. And this one has June Allison as Jo, Elizabeth Taylor as Amy, Margaret O'Brien from Miracle on 34th Street as Beth, and Janet Leigh as Meg. I'm thinking, who played the mother? Because the mother was somebody too, and I don't remember who it was. But at that time, that would have been a star-studded cast when this was made, because they were all pretty popular at the time. It's my favorite version still. This version was from the late 70s. It was actually considered a TV miniseries. It was like 2 hours one night and then 2 hours, I think, the next night is how they showed it. It had Meredith Baxter Burney as Meg, Susan Day as Jo, Ann Dusenberry as Amy, and Eve Plum as Beth. Why do I keep wanting to forget Beth's name? But it had Jack Brady and Lori Partridge in it. This version was from the 90s. Winona Ryder as Jo. I'm not sure who plays the other sisters. I probably should know. I think they actually split the role of Amy up between two actresses. I think it's Kirsten Dunst played her as a young girl, and then somebody else played her when she got older. Claire Danes, I believe, was Beth. I was looking for the name of the actress who played Meg, because I thought maybe if I seen it, it would, yeah, I'm not sure who played Meg. But, anyways. And I'm not sure who played Amy as an older version. This one, I don't know any of the actresses in it. This was a PBS miniseries a few years ago. So, it was on over, I can't remember how many parts it had. It might have been 3. And then this, is, of course, is the latest version that was released last year. It was actually the last movie that I seen in the theaters. I seen it on January 1st of 2020. If I'd known the last time I went to the movies was going to be the last time I went to the movies. No. I enjoyed it very much. At least it was a good movie to be my last movie for at least over a year. I'm probably going to have to cut my opening out of this, but that's really all I want to share. As a bonus entry, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite Christmas movie or favorite movie set at Christmas time? There's some movies that I don't consider Christmas movies, but if you consider a Christmas movie, you consider it a Christmas movie. We let little things like that bug us too much. We get in arguments over it. Well, I can totally say that to me, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. But if you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, totally your choice. It's something that's little. It's something that doesn't hurt anybody. So if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. That's all I've really got to share today. Merry Vlogmas, day 4. I'll catch you next time.